Shalom, shalom. We the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, starting out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. We teach that black, Hispanic, and Native Indians are the 12 lost tribes according to the Bible, are the real Jews. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Muslim mosque, or Christian organization. Man, I'm also 50 I.S.U.P.K, teaching Monday night history class. Today the topic is homosexuality in ancient Egypt. Do mind, just last week I did in ancient Rome, and now it's ancient Egypt. And it's so vital and critical that we understand what these old civilizations done and where's the origin of all of this stuff. Because in America adopts so many different customs, so many different, traditions and cultures and things of that nature. But nobody understands or knows where do these customs come from. Nobody really wants to take the initiative to pick up a book or open Google for the right reasons to figure out what's really going on. Only thing we use Google for nowadays is just for our own lust, or social media for our own lust, and things of that nature. And that's not helping us succeed as a nation, and even as a people as a whole. Nobody's succeeding because we all have we're all blinded by the oppressor. The oppressor spoon feeds us what he feels or she feels as if a nation needs for them to just be to live enough. So again, my topic today is homosexuality in ancient Egypt. And let me see where I'm gonna start. And we're just gonna get straight to it. Now, all right, this is Horus and Seth. These are some former gods and stories and all this that come out of ancient Egypt. But more so, the topic behind it is the homosexuality. These two cats were family members. Just like Caesar Borgia and Lucretia Borgia, that we ignorantly and call Jesus Christ and Mother Mary. Those are siblings, and they had sex. Just like Horus and Seth, they were family member and they were having sex. They were males having sex. So Horus and Seth, a further famous story about the same-sex intercourse, can be found in Kahan Papyri, dating back to the Middle Kingdom. It contains the nearly complete preserved story of the Osiris myth and legendary fight for the throne of Egypt between Horus and Seth. The chapter in the questions report that Seth was utterly jealous about his young nephew Horus because Horus was very young and popular. See, that's a homosexual trait right there, because the scripture even say you shouldn't envy a brother because of what he possessed. Nothing like that. That's not being brotherly, because you got to hate for him for no reason. You got to all among him for no reason. This is how you know that the Bible is meant for black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, because these are gods not only acting like this to a friend but to their family. He was quite pampered by other gods. Seth instead had very few companions, and he was comparatively unpopular because of his choleric and vindictive behavior. As a result, Seth tried to either chase away or even kill Horus, no matter what the cost. So, that's a hatred for his own family. And that's the stuff that we adopt. Brothers out here in the world see that another brother got a good job or a nice car or a wife or two, or he got this amount of money. What does he do? First thing, he resorted to hating on his brother. Hating on his brother because his brother actually took the time and diligence and put an effort in for him to be able to succeed or have something in life. But meanwhile, the oppressor tell you, if you ain't got it, go get it by any means. Go get the bag. See, that's the thing with black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Only thing that matters in our life is go get the bag. Get the bag. Get some money. You know why? It's for the simple fact that we're poor. We don't have anything. We think as long as we got the bag, that's all we need. But that's not what the Lord said. We need the law, statutes, and commandments, man. When Seth constantly failed, he planned to humiliate his rival so badly that Horus would be banned from Egypt forever. Seth invites Horus to a party and convinces the teenage Horus to drink more than Horus. See, this is exactly how things go on. Even in society, you got these older males, trying to get these young gals drunk. You got older males trying to get these young brothers and young cats out here high. Date, rape, drugs. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get us blocked. But certain things like that, they give them these narcotics to put them under the influence to get some behind, to do something to them. Do mine. This is a cousin doing this to a cousin. All right, I'm going to read it from the top again. When Seth constantly failed, he planned to humiliate his rival so badly that Horus would be banned from Egypt forever. Seth invites Horus to a party and convinces the teenage Horus to drink more than Horus could normally cope with. When Horus is drunk, Seth seduces him to sleep over the night in one bed together. While lying together in one bed, Seth grabs Horus and rapes him. But Horus has tricked Seth. His drunkenness was staged. He catches Seth's semen with his hands and hides it. The next morning, Horus runs to his mother, Isis, to tell her what happened. Isis is at first speechless with rage and disbelief that she tells Horus to masturbate and use his semen to lubricate Seth's food. It is called Egyptian lettuce. Now, this is what the Egyptians do. And you mean to tell me you want to chase after Egyptian guys, man? These Egyptian guys believe in raping the next young man because of popularity, shooting sperm inside of people's food. I mean, the mama is nasty as all hell get out. Like, he run to his mom like a coward, and she'd say, "This is how you do it." I mean, you can't tell me that's not no, vindictive type of action. It's just disgusting, man. I mean, as a man, you run to your mom and look for answers, and that's what she gives you. And that's just like with Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians nowadays. Women say your daddy ain't this, your daddy ain't that, but meanwhile the young lad running to the mama trying to find answers. And what she doing? She's feeding him emotion versus logic. And this isn't to all women, but this is for those specific ones. And that's the reason why a lot of these cats grow up effeminate. They grow up effeminate, tender, soft. They move out of emotion. That's why so many young cats right now, all in Florida, Chicago, New York. I mean, over small things. It start off on Facebook, and just because they don't know how to control their emotion, what they do, go pick up a gun because they're emotional. They don't understand, like, you can talk about it, but because of the fact that, like, they follow after this Horus and Seth, and they listen to what their mom said, that woman is showing these men how to think emotionally. But out here in this world, you can't think emotional, especially as a black man or brown man. You can't think emotional, because if you think emotionally, you're gonna die. You're gonna unlive. Salaki. Obvious, Seth eats the manipulated lettuce. Then he goes to the divine court to inform on Horus at first. The divine judges swore that Horus. Salaki, y'all. Let's start from the top. At first, the divine judges swore at Horus, but when Thoth, the scribe of the court, called for Seth's semen to emerge from the body of Horus, instead the semen of Horus emerges from the body of Seth. Seth blushes in embarrassment and shock, then flees. Horus is acquitted. The famous rape of Horus by his jealous uncle, come on, man, is also a subject of passionate discussion. See, the boy getting raped by his jealous uncle is the same thing that Black, Hispanic, Native Indians go through when Christmas comes around, when Thanksgiving come around, when New Year's come around, when 4th of July come around. You sit here eating that nasty turkey leg and nasty ass ham hock, and you will look right across the table down there, and that same man been groping you for the last 4-5 months, and you scared to say something. And if you have said something, if that man look, he right down at the end of the table, there was no justice. Grandmama or somebody probably said, "No, baby, no, that ain't what it is." and it's very popular in a lot of black and brown households to where they say, nah, he ain't did that. He ain't did that. Trying to cover up for a man because he got good rod or he pay bills. You know what I'm saying? Or he good at conniving and swindling. The famous rape of Horus by his jealous uncle is also a subject of passionate discussion. While most scholars agree that Pompeius clearly describes rape, it must remain open whether it actually describes a homosexually driven deed. Background of the dispute of sex motive. He does not love Horus. In contrast, he hates his nephew, and the rape was clearly performed to humiliate him. Horus. The only common ground between the rape and homosexuality is the act was of the same-sex nature. Now, again, you hear Mike Tyson, Kevin Gates, a lot of these other nasty lowlifes out here. Even in here, they say, well, oh, I ain't the one receiving it, I'm giving it. Like it's humiliating. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson, I forgot who he was talking to on stage, but he said, I'll knock you out and I'll F you. Like, that's manly. I mean, if you can't look past that, then something clearly wrong with you, man. That's a homosexual, that's just a homosexual, man. Period, point blank. There ain't no way of getting around it, regardless how you want to humiliate them. Them cats that sit there and force themselves up on them Edomites that be in prison, because you know Edomites, they top rank. All niggas want to Edomite in the penitentiary to get off on. And for the same ones that's taking the other men manhood, man, that's homosexual, man. It don't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you say. And it clearly says in the article, the only common ground between rape and homosexuality is the act was of the same-sex nature. But scholars are not so sure and point out that Seth was often credited with alternative sexual interests. So at the end of the day, was it sir? It was a learned behavior from the oppressor. So now they saying Seth was often credited with alternative sexual interest. So now it comes to the point to where, what did you really say? You ain't want that, or you really did want that? I mean, you are homosexual. I mean, how can you beat that in court? How can you beat that in court? Y'all, you go to, GAY club, everybody turned up, getting effed up, popping pills, this and that, having orgy, and you're the only one who ain't want none. Now you in court. Now you got a battle between being at a GAY bar, everybody doing drugs, and then now you got to fight for saying this ain't what I wanted. Come on, man. And you're known to be around that type of stuff. I mean, you're known. Like, what's that terminology they say? Oh, I know what it looked. Oh, I can't get it out. How it go? It basically it looks like it, but it's not. It's not that. So we're gonna go down to the next section. This is just a small little snippet right here. This is others. Two military men named Ramos and Wapipos, who dedicated Stella, might have been a couple. Oh, man, they speak in different languages on here. Sudi and Hor, who are known for famous Stella, often regarded as a locus classicus of twins, could have been a male couple. There's a tomb dating to the 6th or the 5th century BCE with an Aramaic inscription apparently written by one member of a male couple to another, in which the speaker says, I cannot abandon him. I shall rest with him. I love him. Come on, man. Look, follow not the way of the oppressor. Yeah, it ain't what it looked like. Yeah, it ain't what it looked like. The water. But, I mean, so what is it? If it ain't what it looked like, what is it? Because I mean, you go with 5, 6, 7 of your homosexual friend. Y'all go to the club. Y'all get turned up, saying and all of that. And I mean, y'all having orgies out the ass. And then you wind up the one who got to fight for your manhood or whatever you say it is in court. How can you beat that? How can you beat it? So let's go to John 8:32, man. You know, we showing time today. Shout out Commander General Yahanna. You know, America on Fire is coming on tonight. It's gonna be on fire again. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. What time it is? I believe it starts 9 o'clock Eastern time, and that will probably be true. It probably start a little sooner than that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody doing good. Get your yayan and mayan, you know, water and wine, whatever you need. So we're going to go to John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So, I mean, it's self-explanatory. Finally. Yeah, so the truth is going to set you free, man. What homosexuals have to understand, and a lot of these so-called blackity-black leaders and blackity-black third eye so-called consciousness have to understand, is the fact that when you look into Egypt, man, they got over 900 gods. 900. That should be a red flag right there. Why would you worship someone, want to be a part of something that got so many of? If you're African or Egyptian, you should have one God. You're Chinese, y'all should have one God. We Israelites, we got one God. So for you to go and say I'm Egyptian, this and that, why do y'all worship 900 some God? That's the first tab. That's the first tab. Shalom, sis. Yeah, that's his first tab. Second thing is, when it comes to a guy talking about raping another individual, that should be another thing. Because again, when you start speaking on rape, you got to speak on pedophilia, you got to speak on homosexuality, you got to speak on drug addiction, alcoholism, you got to speak on all of that. Because all of that is another gateway to another thing. If you molest a child, that child might be a promiscuous child, that child might end up growing up. Oh, Salakia. Hey, shalom, Yahweh, sis. My fault. When you start speaking on all the homosexuality, you got to look at all these other gateways. All of these other gateways. Because again, if it comes to a child and it's pedophilia, that child, that daughter might grow up promiscuous. She might hate men to death, or she might become the nastiest slut out here. Vice versa with this man. He might be a damn woman beater. He might end up being a woman beater, or he might just be a weak, effeminate ass male because their innocence been taken from him. That's why. When you speak on all that, look at the drug portion. A lot of y'all smoking weed out here thinking you just getting high. I need to get high, man. I need to relax. Relax from what? Cause the hell you in, man. The stuff you got to deal with. You know, just the lifestyle that we were forced into. That's hell. This is hell. I mean, come on. Even with your Christian, you got to get high to go to church. That's supposed to be. I thought that was deliverance once you go in there, but you got to get high. Come on, man. I mean, alcoholism. I mean, we could talk all day on that. All of that stuff is all in cahoot. So you should know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth is, man, you need to come up under the tutelage of Commander General Yahanna and help yourself. Help this nation out. Because at the end of the day, for us to be sitting out there so long and nothing happened, look, out of everything we tried, it's 2023, like y'all say. Oh, it's 2023. What has changed? What has bettered us as a people, not an individual? What really changed? And in anybody in the conscious community, so-called free spirit and this and that, you can't tell me a goddamn thing, man. Because we've been talking that garbage for years. What has changed? Nothing. Nothing. You've been following and doing that same worship just as long as the damn Christian church been. And what has changed? But not one time us as a group, you know what I'm saying, this day and age, you know, want to come up under the Lord and follow the Lord the right way, the way Christ did. So I'm gonna read it again, John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth. Hold on, yeah. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Once you know the truth is gonna make you free. Sometimes the truth hurts, but if you want to stop hurting, you're gonna do exactly what you got to do to stop hurting. If somebody telling you to lay them damn cigarettes out and your chest is hurting every time you puff one, if they say it again and keep hurting, you know what you got to do for your chest to stop hurting, for you to stop coughing up blood. You gotta lay that cigarette down. You gotta become reborn, renewed. We're gonna go to let's go to Revelation 17:2. Revelation 17:2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. The kings, them kings is Israelites. Them Israelite, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. We the one who fornicated and drank of her cup. And the fornication is taking on other God. Do you know, not taking our God. Fornication is out here taking illicit sex, selling drugs, man, voting for a damn president, another king among us. That's a fornication, man. And if anybody know the actual terminology for fornication, is the difference between adultery and fornication. Fornication go from just promiscuous sex, bestiality, you know, sleeping with whores and I mean, there's a few other things. But then adultery is when a man sleeps with another man's wife, or a woman sleeps around on her husband. So by us fornicating, we doing all these deviances against the Lord. That's why he treating us the way we are. He treating us the way he is. And let me read it again. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornications, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. That drunk, everybody in the days right now. We all know everything. Again, for 1,000 times, we know everything. Man, I work with a brother right now in my slave, and I mean, he cool. I don't take nothing from him, you know. But it comes to a point to where don't forget who the hell you are and who your people is. Don't forget, you a black man that act like a coon, and you got two homosexual Edomites that's right up under you, and you feel as if you don't even gotta show a regular brother like me or him any type of respect, communication. But what you do is you make sure you buddies with them. Don't forget where you come from, man. You are drunk of you drunk of that wine. You're fornicating, man, because you really think that's what's gonna help. Come on, man. And I'm not gonna say too much, but I wouldn't be surprised if everything on that side of the field is the same. But again, we drunk that wine. We're in the days we think we can fit in with these people because we got a title at the work, or we got a couple dollars, or we got a BMW, or we stay in a rich white area. Nigga, you ain't nothing. That's how they feel about you. You're drunk, man. You in the days. You can't even stand on all 10. You two-stepping and don't know what's going on right now, and you think you safe. You think you safe. But when them rockets and them grenades and bombs start going on, nigga, you gonna look like another nigga like me. Another one. Now you really gonna be drunk in the days, because you ain't gonna understand what's really going on out here. Alright, they go fornication. Okay, so let's go up to Proverbs 3:31. And if I'm going a little too fast, you know, Salaki, I'm just trying to make sure we all catch a class tonight, because I know it's going to be a well class. And it ain't nothing like that live class. You know, throw your questions in, your comments in, get your answers or whatever. All right, we go to Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor. Envy thou not the oppressor. Stop thinking that you are them, man. Ronald Reagan and all them brought drugs over here. Stop trying to sell drugs like the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Like Becky Sis, Becky can be out here blowing rod after rod, having orgies. Stop trying to be like the oppressor. Get off OnlyFans, man. For brothers like us as men out here, it's very vital that we take care of our family and our kids and not to run off. We can't do like the oppressor do. Sit somewhere on the other side of the map and just put money into the child. Their child. That's why their children go in Walmart and blow that thing in smithereens. It's critical that we are there for our young soldiers because we already know how these black and brown brothers doing in the community. Look over there in Compton, in Sacramento, in Chicago, down in Florida. I mean, New York. I mean, all over. It's very critical. It's vital that we are there. Understand that. Stop adopting certain things of these pressers. These young generation adopting these damn men wearing skinny jeans and purses now. Skinny jeans and purses. Oh, it's like, yeah, they wearing skinny jeans and purses now. You know why? Because they're adopting the oppressor's customs. And it's very critical that we tell the son, hey, put that effeminate behind stuff down. Put that down, man. You a man. You a man out here, man. And the time you start dressing like you effeminate, the whole world lose respect for you. Bad enough the respect we got right now is no respect. But once you become a man that putting your legs up in the air for another man, the game is over. It's over. You might as well just count yourself as a woman. Understand that, man. We are black and brown men out here, and our family need us. Likewise with sisters. Y'all play a very important role too. Because when we stress and we've got a battle all goddamn day, what we want to be able to come home to a nice, tender, loving woman. Somebody who at least understands mentally that we need a break. That's all we ask for. That's all we ask for. So we're going 3:31. We're going to go back to the scripture. And choose none of his ways. Choose none of his ways, man. It doesn't matter what it is, how good it look, or whatever. It doesn't matter if it comes to scamming. Oh, what's the other word that they use a lot in prison? Not y'all. What's the word? Oh man, extortion. It doesn't matter if it's any of that, man. Trying to sell cigarettes to the other nations, any of that. Choose none of his ways, because he's gonna be destroyed. The oppressor gonna be destroyed, and following him, you're gonna be destroyed too. That's why the scriptures say, though hand join hand, paraphrase it. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shouldn't go unjudged. Something, just paraphrasing. I'll put a precept if y'all need me to. Understand that. Cons is scams. Scam. Understand, choose none of his ways. Because all his ways were set out here to destroy us as a people. Nothing they gave us ever helped us succeed. You see the PPP loan. You see taxes. You see all these little what was it, COVID checks, all that stuff they gave us, man. So we ain't got nothing to show for it now. Nothing whatsoever. They gave us all this money for us to do what? Go blow it. They gave us all this money for them to do what? Take $1 billion and send it to some goddamn Ukrainians and Russians who ain't give a damn about us in the first place. And even furthermore to that, the same damn oppressor that stole our identity, they giving money to their oppressor. Come on. You mean to tell me we gonna take $1 bill and the same brothers that was sitting here fighting in the wars back then, when they came back home, they was getting spit in their face, getting hung in a tree. Come on, man. Come on. Choose none of his ways. None. And we going back to this homosexuality because I ain't done with y'all. Y'all got 2 more weeks to deal with me. We're on Leviticus 20 and 13. Sloggy on that, y'all. Trying to multitask. All right, Leviticus 20 and 13. If a if a man also lie with mankind, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. Abomination is a no. Abomination is just a hell no. And if a man lay with another man, that's a like how you would lay with a woman. That's transgressing the law, man. That's foul. In oh, all right, the water. I'm gonna go to that one then. A man lay with another man like it's a woman. That's foul, and that can result into death. And I say it time and time again. The reason why a lot of these other countries got order when it comes to that, and in the LGBT community frown down on them, is because of the fact that is a charge over there. I mean, they got a bunch of different schisms they set it up at. Like you might just be in prison, you might be put to death. You know, you might be lashed. You might be put. Over here we call it community service. But a lot of countries over there, if you get caught being doing homosexual acts, anything of the sort, that's just death. And they understand what it does to their people because it's an ill vile affection. That's what it is. And over here, y'all get the privilege. The privilege to do what you want to do over here in America because there's no everything is just so free. You can murder and get away with it, quote unquote, to the police station. You can be a homosexual and live young, wild, and free. You can be a Christian and love who you want to love. You can be a pastor and rob who you want to rob and molest and rape who you want to rape. That's what the church said. America makes you free in each and every other way except for when it comes to paying taxes or until it comes to you stepping on an oppressor toe. Now when you step on a toe, now you waging war. You step on an oppressor toe. One black man over here step on an oppressor toe, you get 5 of them on his goddamn neck. Simple. You're able to be free over here versus other countries that don't have the privilege or they don't have the funds and things of that nature. They have to live by a code. They still trying to build themselves up. America went through all this slaughter to do what they did to the native Indians. And they was living by a law. Now they lawless. We were talking to a brother at the flea market. And he said one of his homeboy had a small piece of a rock. Crack rock. Doing life. You got Donald Trump. Out of all the stuff he done went through, look at him. Look at him. Donald Trump running around free. Come on, man. He had FBI. When the FBI get involved or CIA, anything of that sort, when U.S. Marshal get involved, man, it's over. It's over. Look at Lucci. Look at Young Thug. But then you look at Donald Trump. Explain that, man. Come on. We're going to run a Proverbs. The brother Nasha Yalo, he done pulled Proverbs 11:21. Real quick, I'm going to read that one. Proverbs 11:21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteousness shall be delivered. So if you wicked, you gonna get punished. You just not gonna get by. You will be punished. Trump with 37 indictments and still free. 37 indictments. That sound, excuse my language, sis, but that sound like a nigga charge right there, quote unquote, to them purple guys. 37 indictments. Man, listen. Only thing make Donald Trump, only reason why Donald Trump ain't locked up right now is because he ain't black. He already met the criteria, according to America. He got the money. He got the charges. I mean, he all bold as hell on with his mouthpiece, and he on social media. So I mean, that's the only right. Where's the RICO? Only thing make Donald Trump different from us is that nigga. I mean, that Esau, he a orange. He's orange. That's the only thing make him different, man. That's it. That is it. No, hold on. Let me get back to a real quick. What up? 21. But the seed of the righteousness shall be delivered. So if you're doing whatever you got to do, whatever you're supposed to do, and you ain't breaking these laws of the Lord, man, you will be delivered. You will be set into another place, holy, meaning separate. You will be put in a different position versus somebody who just want to be hand in hand. And hand in hand, for example, a lot of y'all think, oh, because I'm not doing it, I ain't got nothing to do with it. If you're funding drug cartels, you going in half, or you throwing your homeboy 200-300 for an ounce for him to get off his feet, nigga, this scripture's for you. You join hand in hand with the wickedness. If you out here just you paying this woman bills, you know what I'm saying, you offer to pay her bills for a piece of ass, you are the one unrighteous. You're joining hand in hand. That's what it is. You know, just don't think just because you ain't committing the action, you ain't a part of it. Cause down in South Carolina, hands are one, hands are all. If you commit a trespass against a white man, you stealing out the store, and somebody else with you, both of y'all go down, regardless he knows about it or not. Think about it. That law was made for a black man. That law specifically was made for a black man. Man, throw out on that, sir. You know, we're gonna get back to it. So we're gonna go to keep dropping jewels or throw out, sir. We're gonna go to Joshua 24:15. Man, you gotta be some type of sicko to follow homosexuality, because just the story I read last week, them Romans screwing on young boy, then turn around, we read about Horace and Seth now, you know, cousins raping cousins and molesting cousins and shooting sperm inside of food, running to the mama asking for counsel, she talking about putting sperm in the food, and I mean, just, man, it's just a whole bunch of vile, disgusting things going on. And you mean to tell me that's your God? You so free you want to go choose a homosexual God? I mean, even down to Zeus was a homosexual. Achilles had 10 husbands. I mean, these are all guys that y'all want to follow, man. Cleopatra was a whore. For all the sisters out here that want to sit here and follow Cleopatra, her kingdom fell because she wanted to deal with two men, and one man wasn't going to deal with it. This is the type of customs and roots that we take from these other guys and these other so-called kings and queens. And when we try to apply it to our life, look at us. Look at us. Leads in AIDS and HIV and in abortion clinics. Sodom will be destroyed by fire. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. All right, so Joshua 24:15. Let me get it. Good night. You know, these one of my favorite scriptures right here. Oh, snap, wrong one. Oh, yeah, here you go. Joshua 24:15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you that day whom ye will serve. So if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord, well, you choose. Choose what you want to do. Yeah. Yes, it's Cleopatra. And she was Edomite. She wasn't black. You know, Salakia real quick on the precept. She wasn't black. She went and inherited that land. Her oppressor, her daddy that was an oppressor, took over that land and then gave it down to her. She didn't go over there and capture that land. And how a lot of people know, that's another thing I'm glad you brought out. That's another thing when it comes to a woman raising a household or a kingdom. Look how she fumbled the ball. The dad went over there and went to war to get that land, and he gave it down to her. And what she wanted to do? Be a filthy slut. And guess what happened? You know what I'm saying? The other man, he said, I ain't having it. One was a coward, but the other one said, I ain't having it. And he went over there and laid both of them out. That just shows right there that we can't do that stuff. That right there happens in the black community, but it's always spoke about. But that story of Cleopatra ain't never spoke about. How many, even in society of Becky, if Becky was to go sleep around with another man, that oppressor man is going to go kill everything but the dog and the catfish. Oh, see, dealing with Caesar. See, that's something else. But all right. So we're gonna get to it. Joshua 24:15. And if it come, Salagi, and if it seems evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served, that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites, in the land ye dwell. But as for me and this house, we will serve the Lord. So when that rough time get there, choose who you gonna serve. You gonna serve the same people that the Lord destroyed on the other side of the flood. You gonna choose an Egyptian custom, a Roman and Greek custom, a damn Amalek custom, or you gonna choose the Lord that was on, with you on this side of the flood, the Lord who brought you out of them tongue tied, brought you up out of Egypt. Are you gonna choose the Lord, the same one that he sent Joshua to go take over a whole village? Is that the Lord you gonna choose, or you gonna choose the Lord that says, go ahead, put your legs in the air for that man? Or you gonna choose the Lord that's gonna say, go ahead and have five husbands? That's the Lord you gonna choose? Because again, we've been doing that for years and years and years and years, and nothing changed. We haven't progressed in nothing. Only thing we progressed in, how to be a better coon, like I.S.U.P.K and Tyler Perry. They mastered how to be a coon. Simple-minded people choosing what's simple, not work put in. Damn right, sis. Damn right. So I mean, what are you gonna do? You want to be a better coon, or you want to be that child, that Israelite? That prince of the power. Come on, man. It's not hard. We gotta fight demons. We gotta fight demons, but that's the point of brotherhood and sisterhood. That's the point of it. And reading from this story, Horus and Seth, a lot of y'all fall directly in that category, because the uncle was hating on the younger brother. How can you hate on the next generation coming up? And then, to make it worse, you molest that child. That's the black community. But the Egyptian community is never spoke about. We're going to go to Ecclesiasticus 12:6. Ecclesiasticus 12:6. For the Most High hated sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. Now, for you so-called lesbian women out here, let me speak to y'all, since y'all want to be manly about it. You so-called lesbian women out here that love to say King James was a white man. That's a white man Bible. They gave that to you in slavery. They make the Most High covenant a mockery. Damn right, sir. So for you lesbian that say that King James was a white man, the Bible is written by a white man, that's a slave book, this and that. What is better in your life? Because you still smoke cigarettes and you're a lesbian, and you still putting strap-ons. Condoms on top of a strap-on. And I hate to say it like that. Excuse my language, sis. Kana, I know, we gotta be a little, but for you, the Lord said he hated sinners. Now, the lifestyle that you live in, how is your lifestyle any better than a priest and prophet of the Lord? Just because you got 3 or 4 pretty sisters, you like I said, you got a strap on, you putting condoms on it. For y'all sisters out here getting pregnant with no man, come on, do you really think your lifestyle is better than an actual priest? Right, sis. Do you really think your lifestyle is better than a priest? You can't even enjoy the natural props that the Lord gives you. Come on, the natural props. You didn't even try to fight the demon that you had to contract. And you mean to tell me that I'm a sinner? No, we gonna get it. The Lord hates sin and sinner. Where we at? Cause I done lost it already. For the Most High hates sin and sinner, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keeping them against the mighty day of their punishment. and that still ain't even the right precept. But the Lord hates the sinner, man. Period, point blank. It doesn't matter how big or how small you think the sin is. It's 613 laws. It could go from you stealing a nickel to you committing suicide. It's all the same up under the Lord. It's all the same. So stop thinking, if you ain't keeping all these laws, stop thinking you're better than somebody, because you're not. You're not. And each day, you know, the day as the days go on, it becomes easier and easier to live by the laws of the Lord. It actually does. Maybe that first year, second year, it's always gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight, because coming in the truth, you're gonna lose family. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be fighting addiction. You're gonna lose your kids. You might lose your house. You damn sure gonna lose your job. You're gonna lose your job 100 times. I lost all my jobs, and I was crip walking all the way out the front door. And I ain't even been no crip. I'm just letting y'all know. You gonna lose all of that, and it's gonna be hard. But once you get past that hard point to where you know what I'm saying? Hold on, Sly. Hey! Man, let me hurry this class up if I had to do something. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you to beat them demon in the first couple weeks, the first month, the first year or two. It's gonna be hard. But once you get past it, it becomes easier. It becomes easier. And the biggest demon a lot of us fight right now, that the sorry old generation said, is whatever happens in his house stays in his house. I'm 30 years old, and I hate that terminology. If I learn anything that I wish I didn't learn, I hate when they say whatever happens in this house stays in this house. That's why the rape and molestation is the way it is. Because when holidays come around, you expect kids not to say nothing because you don't want to break up the family. God damn all you MFs. I don't give a damn if it's 30 of y'all. If it's one brother or sister in this household that's getting raped or molested, split the whole damn family up. That's what you should do, man. Because you're really a sicko if you feel as if a child or somebody who went through that trauma cannot speak on it. And get the right help. Not like Horus himself. Go tell the mama and she say go put sperm in his food and have him eat it. That's not the right help. Justice should be served when it comes to stuff like that. Come on. I mean, I hate that terminology. Whatever happens in this house stays in this house. That's a lot of things. That goes a lot of ways. But when it comes to something like that you cannot take back, that's that critical, that needs to be spoke up on. And that's why the old generation was so sad and sorry, man. The old generation, I love y'all. I got a lot of honor and respect for you, but y'all so goddamn sorry, man. Y'all followed Martin Luther King and did all of it and still ain't did a goddamn thing. And you got the audacity to say these young cats ain't got no respect. How many young cats right now, you know, on one hand used to get their ass whooped when they were supposed to get their ass whooped? How many of them got discipline? How many of them had a legit week worth of chores? A daily week of chores from the time they come home from school. Come on. A lot of you didn't even correct or review their homework. And you say the new generation. That terminology, what happens in the house stays in the house, is disgusting. And I pray the Lord get rid of that terminology in the new kingdom. Salaki, let me see what you got there real quick, sir. I can't stand that terminology, man. I mean, you a goddamn drunkard and you being a damn hellion and dragging everybody in the household because you the man of the house and can't nobody tell on that. You supposed to be raising sons and they listen to your mama, they mama get their head beat in the next room and they can't speak on that. Come on. Your mama being a whore out here and you hear men Tank Top Tony and Ricky each and every other night and you can't speak on that. You can't. General Muhammad said it best. He said, how can you tell your child not to smoke a cigarette when they see you smoking a cigarette? And then you tell them this is grown folks stuff, it ain't no good, and you expect them not to smoke a cigarette when they get older. How can you do that? How can you expect them to be productive or be a good parent or just a good civilian in any way, shape, or form if you telling them to be quiet because of you doing it? Because you want to hide your sin. That's why. When you want to hide your sin, that's what you tell. That's what people say when they want to hide their sin. because they don't want to be judged on behalf of what they doing. Excuse me. Let me put that Matthew real quick. See what that brother got going on. Man, this brother about to have me pull a whole damn. Okay, yeah, they hypocrites. This man about to have me pull a whole damn you know what I'm saying, Bible study like it's Sunday service or something like that. I see what you got going on. The gargler. I ain't outside though. It's raining. But yeah, man, they just want to hide their sin. They just be a hypocrite. That's all it is. That's all it is. And it is just disgusting that for us to be this so far in a generation, that right there of saying, oh well, it's like saying, oh, whatever happens in house, stay in the house. That mindset right there is the reason why kids now say, oh, no, don't tell my kid nothing. You can't tell me how to raise my kid, this and that, whoop de woo, whoop de woo. Because the reason why can't nobody tell you how to raise your kids because your parents has not been chastised. Your parent was never correct. The scriptures say, train up a child in the way they should go. Your parent wasn't even trained up to teach you how to be trained up. Now, when you say that, you got a badass little boy running around here disrespecting elders. A girl or a little girl running around here with her behind all hanging out, stinking like hell. Because they wasn't trained up. Because you wasn't trained up. Because your parents wasn't trained up. And again, it's very critical, man. And going back to this homosexuality, man, I'm not supporting it. I'm not. And just what? Last night, I was listening to YouTube. No, it was brother, I think it was South Carolina brothers asking, talking about the homosexuality and things like that on an interview. And the matter of fact, no, it was in California, Salaki. The brothers was telling them, he was like, what's your view on homosexuality and things like that? How you feel about it? And out of everything was said, it was this one simple Simon ass Negro that said, yeah, I wasn't for it. But when my daughter finally came out and said she was gay, me and my other daughter, when they accepted, we love her. So you just fine with it because that's your child. The scripture also said, the children become the oppressor. The children are the one that's putting the parent in the position. The children right now are the parents. Because parents don't want to be parents. They don't want to be strong, man. You've been duped. That's what it was. You've been duped. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a few more precepts. Let me see what this brother talking about. Shoot, I was not sure. I wish you was here, man. You could have been a reader. You probably pulled more precepts than me. Yeah, right. It says, "Do what I say, not as I do." Type household, yeah, and I hate that. Like, I mean, like for example, you a man will come in the house, eat, throw his plate right in the sink. That son, he'll eat, throw his plate right in the sink. But the mama will say, "Hey, boy, you better clean your plate." But then turn around and dad come the next day and do it again, and then the son do it again. Now he being chastised. Come on, man. It all goes hand in hand. I understand what's going on, but at the end of the day, you got to train the child. Hold on, yo. Let me pull it. I gotta take some of these bookmarks out. They messing me up. Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now going back to what I said, these generations really feel as if nobody could teach them how to raise a child. But now you 60 years old and that child 35 years old, throw their whole life down the drain, 8, 9 kids, strung out. Now you trying to figure out where you go, where they go wrong. But where they went wrong is having a sorry behind parent like you in their corner. That's where they went wrong. For you to support and say, oh, you're fine with it because your daughter is in the LGBT community, that's fine. But it's sorry that she has you as a sorry father. That's what it is. And for a lot of you fathers out here, before I close out, a lot of you fellas out here, just hear me clearly. Because it ain't rocket science. It's not rocket science. When you come into the school, you really observe and you see things for what it is. For a lot of you fathers that say, and y'all okay with y'all daughter being on that side of the field, or you prefer her to be over there instead of being with a man, let me explain something to you. You are sorry and you're not a good father. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I say you're sorry is for the simple fact that that's such an easy way out. Because you know you're out here slinging rod left and right to these women, and you don't want your daughter to go through that. That's why I say you're sorry. Magic Johnson, D. Wade. You're sorry because you don't want your daughter to be duped or played out, which that's fine. But the next reason I'm saying you're just a sorry father is for the simple fact that show your daughter how to get a great man. Show your daughter how to get a man that's better than you. Tell your daughter what all the tricks and signs and moves that men do out here to just get what they want out of you. It's not hard. Show her the man that she should want. But in order for her to want that man and get that man, you have to show her that man. You can't have XYZ girlfriends. I'm not saying wives, girlfriends running around. You expect her to go follow suit and do the same thing. You can't. It's not hard, man. Stop pushing your daughter to be a lesbian. Stop pushing your daughter to do all this other stuff because of the fact that you don't know how to raise a daughter, or you don't know how to be a man for your daughter. Now, again, I'm also 50. I I'm about to close out right here, man. Shout out to everybody that came here. We got Commander GEN.YAHANNA on America on Fire. With the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA. We teach that Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, 12 lost tribes according to the Bible. We ain't affiliated with no Israelites, other Israelite groups, Muslim mosques, or Christian organization. And again, also 50 Ashaya Allah. We got classes Monday through Friday, Saturday, OKC, Oklahoma. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Thabah Shem Al Shah, Salakia, and Yahweh Shamar, Yahweh Shem Al Shah. I'm out.